Evening, and welcome to your favorite sports program on another Thursday night. On a Thursday night, everybody in Dominica and overseas look forward to their favorite sports program, Sports Wrap. The whole crew is here. I'm Locke Sebastian, and with me is
Ron Lander,
Dr. Thompson Fontaine,
and
Emmanuel Loblack.
yeah, the man in the cold, Emmanuel Loblack. Are you cold, Loblack?
Well, I'm fine where I am there. I'm good to go.
Okay, good, very good. Well, tonight we have a nice package for you. We're going to be talking about football. They had the recently concluded futsal tournament in Massac. We have Maggie coming to talk to us. We're going to have the coach, the FIFA coach, who is in Dominica. He'll join us at 7 for about half an hour to talk about what he's going to be doing in Dominica and everything else. We'll also have the coach of the national women's team who will speak to us about the tournament that starts. I think Sunday it starts, the Windward Islands or Women's Tournament, and we'll give you the latest scores of the regional tournament. Windward Islands struggling big time. Craig Brathwaite today made a double 100. And also we have a lot of listeners in North America, guys, and the Super Bowl is on Sunday, Loblack. I'm sure you'll be watching that, eh?
Oh, yes. I will be watching it.
The Kansas City Royals, who going for a free pit. And we also will talk about, they say, arguably the biggest trade ever in basketball. Anthony Davis moved from the Lakers to Dallas. And conversely, what's his name? Luka Doncic. So we probably have time. We'll spend some time talk about that. But I know Sunday, the Super Bowl is a big event in the world, Dr. Fontaine. You've lived in the States and you know that.
Sebastian. In fact, it's so big that churches go early so they will allow their members to go. They change the time of the services on Sundays.
Yeah, if the basketball games are scheduled earlier on, so people can watch the thing. So it's a big event in the world.
Notably, Gramax once performed at the Super Bowl.
Correct?
1977.
Yes.
And Rihanna
I wonder if any form of Bouillon bands or the other bands can ever play at the Super Bowl.
Well, it's something they must try and get into. See if they can get into the market. But it's not an easy market to get into. What, Lobby, you say?
Yeah, it's amazing when you hear about the Super Bowl. But in terms of money, baseball and basketball have more money than football. Yeah.
Say it again. What they said, football.
I said baseball and football and basketball have more money. You make more money in those both sports compared to football.
Okay. Anyway, guys, I have to talk about what happened today, Lobby and Ronald. I was in court today with Dr. Fontaine because I was a surety for Mr. James. I had to be in court. And I sat in court today and I'm at the back of Dr. Fontaine, and I watched Dr. Fontaine, Leonard Clinton, and Edison James sitting in a box, and I bowed my head for a while, and I'm saying to myself, Dominica is not a real place. Here you have free men who are not criminals, nowhere close to that, who will never be criminals. You have them in a box, and for 8 years, you're persecuting them, not prosecute, persecuted. There's a difference between persecute and prosecute. And the people come to court, guys, Lobby, Ronald, and they don't even know what the hell they were doing. It reached the stage, the guy come to court, and they come for a charge. So they talk about incitement. So the judge is saying to them, what is the charge? What offense have these men committed? The judge asked the guy, the chief prosecutor from Trinidad. So he said, well, they have incitement. The judge said, incitement to what? And in arguing, it reached the stage, guys, probably you don't know that, when the guy started talking a little loudly, and the judge said to him, this is the last time you're coming to my court and shouting. And the judge warned him. So then at one side, the judge asked him, okay, you say they're charged. What is the penalty for that? He said 7 years in jail, that's the prosecutor. And the judge is smiling, and he said, but wait now, the men were charged in 2017. We are in 2025, that's 8 years. So it's like if a man, usually when men go to jail, they give them time off for time spent. So 7 years have elapsed already, and the people have no charge, and they are wasting big men's time in a court, and it's persecuting people. And this is just wrong in Dominica. And one thing that happened, only in places like Iran and those things, there's places happening and Venezuela, where people can just use people, have big men, have them in a court, they have done nothing wrong, and you look into that, waste their time and looking for something. It is just so wrong, Dr. Fontaine.
You know, Sibu, and it was very, I think you may have missed the part when my lawyer referred to me as Dr. Fontaine.
Right.
And then when the prosecutor stood up and said, number one, the first thing I want to object to is even called Dr. Thompson Fontaine. He should be called Thompson Fontaine.
Yes.
And the judge said, but I don't see anything wrong in that. What is it? He has earned it.
Yeah.
That is how his lawyer can refer to him as Dr. Fontaine. But it shows you what they're trying to do. Here it is. These foreign lawyers are trying, in your own country, trying to pull you down, trying to disrespect you, I mean, it's crazy that we have that situation in Dominica where you have foreigners, and an Indian man coming into our country, into my country, and trying to disrespect you to the extent that he did.
Who are the lawyers for the other men?
It's Gildan Richards and David Bruni and Geoffrey Layton. So these are the three lawyers. But you are right. They everything's surrounded around what exactly are we charged for. So at one point, the prosecutor says, well, the evidence will reveal what it is. The judge says, but no, I must let them know now what it is that they've been charged with. You can tell me the evidence will reveal.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us what it is that they're charged with, and then we can move forward.
And then the judge said, no, but Mr. Khan, I cannot ask the men to plead anything. What are they pleading for? What is the charge? And I'm saying to myself, these people come to court and they have not. And an interesting point the judge made, that the state must protect its citizens. That was really instructive.
The state should not be seen to be at war
with its citizens. Yes. The judge made that comment. And I'm saying, boy. That's how we come, man. In Dominica, people looking for something to bring before, to pull them down, and they have nothing. I mean, the real criminals out there, you're not doing anything to them, Ronald?
Yeah. Interestingly, yesterday I attended the funeral of Evelyn Baptist. She was my very good associate for 6 decades. And in that funeral, I saw so many lawyers. It means that we cannot get local lawyers. The government can't get any local lawyers. If all those lawyers to put forward a case with the DPP, you got to spend so much money to go to Trinidad to bring in lawyers from Trinidad. Costing you so much. What's the opportunity cost? Look at stuff Roseau. Look at stuff Dominica. The kind of money that you're spending. And one of the things I observed, Joseph Isaac was mingling those lawyers. You have a situation where Joseph Isaac, to a few other guys, were charged civil offense. Joseph Isaac has crossed, and because of that, the charge has been dropped against him. That cannot be fair. That is not reasonable. That's an aberration of justice. This is not good enough. And we need to find justice in this country.
Absolutely.
And as I tell you, and I sat there, and I watched this, and I said, boy, boy, oh, what is that, the boy? To have people in a court of law like that, and the people did nothing, and I'm shaking my head. I say, where? That's how we are in Dominica, boy. And if the people that doing that pushing that, sit down comfortably in their offices, the people that pushing that, and they know themselves, the people that doing that nonsense, boy. Karma will come onto these people.
Yes, and it's clearly political. He said there's nothing about justice in this. It is clearly political. It's to frustrate, it's to cause all kinds of embarrassment, and at the end of the day, it is really sad how far we've fallen. But what it shows as well is the level of desperation of this government. This government is clearly very desperate, and they're basically clawing at straws. So they figure they will try to get rid of the opposition. If you send, Thompson, Edison, and Lennox to jail, then you think you would have scored a victory. I mean, it's crazy.
So it's grossly unfortunate. Given my training and my background. With all the deficiencies, I just drove down from Mao, and you see the state of the road. You got to drive so carefully. You see the state of the roads in Roseau, the intersections, and you're spending all that money to persecute free individuals?
Yeah,
Let's take a call.
I'm told it's up to $15 million.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, good evening to everybody.
Good evening, pal. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I do not know much about court. I've never been to court. Then here you see me standing this morning, just standing.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to be in that case, God forbid, and I were to stand up and say, but he's not three of us, he's Joseph Isaac was there. What would become of my case?
Well, the judge would know. Well, if you're sitting in like where I was sitting and you made a comment, probably for contempt of court, they might ask the police to bring you backstage. That's what they would do. That's what they would do. Yeah, the police would come and hold you. The judge can do that. He can make them put you in the cell for that. Yeah, he can make.
Okay.
He can make them put you in the cell. Yeah, but it was really, really something else. We have another caller. Yeah. Good evening. Hello.
Good night.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Hey. What?
Good night to Lobby and Ronald and Dr.
Yeah, good night, man. Tilling, how are you?
That's not Tilling Lobby. That's a person in the states like you. Anyway, go ahead, partner. Go ahead.
Song it like Tilling, man.
My name is Emil.
Well, I didn't want to call your name. I didn't want to call your name, but now that you say it.
No. Everybody knows that voice, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Lobby, earlier on, all I can say is I would have come to Fountain and Mr. Lennox and Mr. Dixon. Karma is a big being. So,
you know, Pablo, that you
said something earlier on, and it's very ironic that you guys talk about the Super Bowl like that. That when it's Super Bowl, basically everything is shut down in America.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have no major sport, no other major sport.
It doesn't pay.
No basketball season. You have basketball during the day.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
All right. You have baseball, you have whatever major sporting activities that they have during the day. All attention is focused on Super Bowl. Now we have our major carnival event, the Calypso final. And that very same night, we have another major event competing in our main event for the night. What? How do you comprehend that? How does that happen?
In fact, Pablo, before you, Pablo, just to help you, what you're saying, what we knew, what's the name? Mascam King of the Tent always used to be on the Friday. Every time we know at long time. What these people have done, they have put an event on the Friday so that Mascam now has to switch their King of it to the first day, and they have a Queen show on the first day. So all to try to destroy everything they don't support that year. The first day, they have a Queen show on the first day.
I do not understand if there's a special effort to destroy culture and different things we have in Dominica. I just cannot understand that.
Yeah, it is really something
I
else.
don't understand what's going on.
I don't get you know.
Actually,
I open the box.
Special legislation was passed that during independence time, no other activities except cultural activities,
Amazing, man.
That thing is gone. You cannot have your main event with the Calypso competition, and the final, and you have a wet somebody in it. And the sad thing about it is some people from the administration is involved in that, organizing that thing.
You're right. You're very right.
And this is so sad.
Very right.
We talk about, we go about our culture, how we so rich in culture and everything like that.
And Pablo, nothing to be sad about.
Destroy everything.
Dominica is poorly managed right across the board. And this year, the Calypsos are seeing that and they're articulating it. I wish you could have articulated that position much earlier.
Something has to be done about that, But anyway, that's my take, and I don't.
Thank you, bro, man. Thank you.
But that's how I feel.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. No, he's right. I mean, when you think about all those things, it's just something else. And as you say, people in administration getting involved in that kind of nonsense. Yeah, nonsense. Another caller. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Sibo, and everybody on the panel.
Good night. How are you?
I'm there. Sibo, you see, after all what all you say there, I want you just to play, even though it's one verse of Joy's song for me, please. Even though it's 2 lines.
We will play it for you before, because in fact, we have a Calypso now who's right there who coming
to cover all what you all said in the beginning.
No problem. We'll get it. We'll get it. Don't worry. We'll play it for you. No problem. We have another caller. Let's get the caller. We have another. Yeah, we have another caller. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes.
Gentlemen, and people asking why you like that on my end. The Calypsonians have tell us about the situation, how it is already, you know. Duvadeye. If you know the meaning of Duvadeye, that is why you like that.
Okay. Yeah, but it's something. Well,
one quick observation I want to make here is Evelyn the Baptist has gone, and interestingly, Marflin Birmingham has just said goodbye. Two distinguished ladies, two of my students in the early days, but they've distinguished themselves in Dominica, and I wish to extend my sympathies to the family of Marflin Birmingham.
We have another caller. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, ma'am. Good night.
Karma coming. And karma is happy.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
We just have to give karma a break.
Yes. Yes.
The night of the quarter final was the opening in St. Joseph.
True.
Everybody went to St. Joseph. No rain in St. Joseph. Quarter final. Rain. But don't mind that I stand up in the rain and take my quarter final because I love my guys too. Calypso 10 taking place in one area. Then they have a reggae something in another area. Last year when I saw that, I was mad. Reggae on the Broadwalk. Map camp higher up. So when people come in and people hear in music, people might enter the first place because they hear in the music there. And the mass camp have to dwindle down because that's been happening all the time. You think in Jamaica they could never have reggae song splash. For no Jamaican to have a Caribbean Calypsonian singing Calypso in some, yeah? In Dominica we have that. That happens all the time. Foreigners having shows in Dominica, coming up with Dominicans and they're having shows in Dominica during carnival time in their country. That could never happen there. I tell them that on the radio. But our Calypsonians, to the people that involved in the Calypso Association, it's time for them to start to put their foot down.
Well, we have one right inside there now, so I hope he's listening. So he's right
they
there.
have to put their foot down. They can't just let bygones be bygones. They have to be on the calendar. Like technically, look like they are not on the calendar. When they have all the other events, look like Calypso not in it at all. The competitions, the mass camp and the whatever camp, it's not in it.
Well, we have one here. We're going to hear him just now.
Nonsense. And then all you have to put all your foot down, get some balls. And otherwise, let women
you want them to get balls. Okay. Okay, good night. We have another caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Sibo.
Hi, good night.
Fountain.
Yes, good evening.
Okay, I want to support Fabian and Blue. Today I was speaking to Wadid and Asa Banta. I believe even the Creole Festival, the Thursday, because I hear hotel owners say that Dominica need more promotion locally. And I believe on the Thursday night before Mr. Landa there, he was one of them people that was behind the World Creole Festival. I believe the Thursday night supposed to be for Calypsonian, Boyo, Kadas, that night.
The Thursday night?
Or the first night?
Or the first night?
Thursday night supposed to be for all Dominican local bands, every one of them, even Lapo Cabrit. That's supposed to be our calendar because one of our big hotels say we need more promotion. Now, in those stands, you have the cruise ship there. You have the cruise ship there at the bayfront. And Wadix is giving them an advice that on a Sunday afternoon, you have like a masquerade like what they have in Guadeloupe, promoting our mark. Even the visitors that on the cruise ships, they can get a costume from last year. You rent them to them and they perform. Because that is one of the things they come for. And I totally agree with everything Blue.
Okay, caller, we have plenty of callers. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
We have more callers. Yeah, good evening.
Hi, good evening. I'm Sibo Lobby. The honorable, I just forget
Dr. Fountain.
Fountain.
Dr. Fountain.
And my darling Randa. Yes.
Your darling, you sure you're your darling, Marlon?
Boy, I love Randa. When I see Randa put flesh on me, I see him and he'll tell you.
I'll ask him off here. I will ask him, Marlon. I will ask him for sure. He's right there. I definitely ask him. Okay. Yes.
Sibo, I wanted to eat Randa raw.
Marlon, don't put your business outside. Make your point. We don't want people to know what are you doing. Yeah, that we don't want to hear.
Let me just say good night to you all. I always listening. I was checking the time. My throat not so good today.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Drop. So blue, and Paben. I support them. Let me just say good night to Honorable Sir Lennox Linton. He did a good job for Matt. And if you get time, you can play Dicey's song. I dedicate it to him. Please.
Thank you. Okay, Mali, we will do.
We'll do. Good work. Oh, my God.
Thank you, Mali. We have another caller. Good night, caller. Yo.
You remember in the 60s, Sparrow and some traditional in Trinidad boycott a show?
The what? The boycott a show?
In the 60s, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The boycott a carnival competition.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way for that problem to solve, they had to say 2026 or whatever, there will be no Calypso season.
Well, for the Calypso Association, if they listen, I'm sure they're listening to you anyhow, so it's for them to decide that. Yeah. Okay, thank you. We have another caller. Good evening.
Good night, Sibu.
Yes, good night. Good night.
Good night to all of you. Dr. Fountain, who Jah bless, no man curse. Just tell them who Jah bless, no man curse. Only want to be free. Because only did not do nothing.
But there's no charge. The people have done. There's no charge. I don't even know why people have to waste the time and go to court. Anyway, go ahead, caller. Make your point.
Who Jah bless, no man curse.
Okay, yes. No problem.
And I'm praying for them.
Well, I know a lot of people are praying for them. So, yeah.
So take your voice and bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ronald, you wanted to say something about Marlene's coming?
No. We have Joy.
We have plenty Joy for the caller. Let's give her the tune and then we'll take our first break. Hold on. Lobby, you want to say something?
Yes, Lobby. Yes, Sebastian. It has to do with the carnival and with the planning, the planning of carnival. That what used to happen in the past. They would bring all stakeholders to a meeting so nothing will clash. What you have now is Duvadeye, and you heard about the girl singing the song Expert, who can advise the person. People don't get any advice. Everything is upside down. It's just ridiculous. They have poor planning. Very, very poor planning.
You're correct, Lobby. Or no planning at all. No planning at all. What?
And I wonder why. Nothing here will last forever. This should serve as a reminder. All who playing holy and mighty, we tell them their fame and their money. When the master call, no docking at all, prepare for your funeral. The ground that we walking on, one day will be a roof. The ground that we walking on, one day will be a roof. There will be no extension when the master call. Fall, wait for them to fall. Fall, watch them fall. I know man must refrain from passing judgment. True, but by their fruits you can know them. Some people just live to create trouble. Grandmama was telling me in parable. They wake up every day, they don't think to pray, making life harder for everybody. But it's a bitter truth that many rotten fruits are respected people high up in society. Mhm. Rotten fruits in government, in the cabinet, before the people trust them is more than wet. Rotten fruits, what are they good for? Absolutely nothing. These rotten fruits bring blight, bad omen and curse to every high office and even to the church. Rotten fruits, what are they good for? Absolutely nothing. All the works they do are works of the devil, yet they want to address them as honorable. Rotten fruits, what are they good for? Absolutely nothing.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is King Bob, his new tune. He's just releasing it now on Sports Rap. I am sure you all are listening. Darren, good night.
Good night, Sibo.
Yes, yeah. Well, last year you released here, you're doing it again.
Yeah, it feels like just a few months ago,
Yeah, it looked like,
wow, but time runs out. They really say life is shorter now,
You think? Well, lovely tune. I mean, Dr. Fountain heard you. That's the song
Yes,
he sang.
that's the song, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But before that, let's tell the caller before we'll repeat the song for again. Joy, we played it. The caller asked for one verse of it. Yeah. But yeah, Daryl, everybody listening, I mean, in fact, I understood you came second in the quarterfinal. Is that true?
I heard that,
You heard that?
I heard that. I still don't pay attention to those things.
Okay. So this song is a Pat Aaron composed song as well?
Absolutely.
Right. That's the maestro part.
Arranged by Daryl Bob.
Well, you're a musician.
You're a musician, yeah.
Well, he's a musician. So, yeah.
But it's a rare combination of the world's greatest calypso writer and a humble me. So...
a good musician.
Well, that's for you to say.
A good musician.
That's for you to
We
say.
introduced you to the World Creole Music Festival, you and your band, and you all were outstanding at that time.
Yes.
So, Darryl, you comfortable with that song? You're very comfortable with that
yes. I actually love this song, man. I love this song. The song it just travels. It addresses our issues or political issues. It speaks to the family as well. It just travels around. Because rotten fruits, you have rotten fruits in society all around the place. But the idea is just leave them alone. They will fall down on their own.
Right.
Leave them rotten fruits alone. They will fall down on their own.
Nice.
So I just got back my voice yesterday.
Yeah, because I know you were not well. You had the flu and
So I had to stop. The reason for it, late release, I had to stop. I had to stop the recording because I just didn't have a voice that was record quality,
Okay. So also on Saturday, was there a little bit of that issue on Saturday?
Oh yes.
Because I realized that you were not your and a number of persons said that you were not your usual self on stage.
I was actually a little casualty on stage there doing my thing, and so I suppose if you could get me to do so well in the competition at my worst, you can continue that.
Well, you know.
Because I love this song. That's the thing. You have to love what you do. I love the song. It's a great piece. And I think we will do some work with that song.
Yes.
But definitely. It's a pity we can't bring cricketers on stage again. We have to bring rotten fruits. That is easier to find than bat and party.
But let me ask you, Daryl, when you like a song like that, do you sit down with Pat for a while or you tell him what you're thinking, and he sees he writes a song and then he tell you, look at it. How it's done? Tell us.
Pat talk to you, man.
No, I mean, Pat and I talk only while, but I didn't ask him that. I'm asking you that.
Well, that is exactly how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't ask him back. In fact, I spoke to him this morning. I couldn't get you, and he said he was going to get you. Did he get you?
Yeah, he did.
Right. Well, I'm sure you were answering him, but you're not answering me.
But
right.
I was still trying to rest the voice because I was up late doing the vocal on that. Pat will do anything to get your vibe to happen for you.
Yeah, because he told me he was going to get you. He told you I couldn't get you, and he told me that.
But also, how does it work? I know one song does not a king make. I mean, you have to have two songs. So how does it work? At this point, do you already have a second song ready to go, or you wait until? I mean,
the first thing I want to tell you is that I think somewhere maybe in was it 2009, Caressa beat me with one song. And that was the dog song.
Oh, you mean Ian Dog? Ian
Up
Dog
to now, we
Lad.
don't know what he sang in the first round. Okay, so he beat me with one song.
All right.
And
good.
I've seen that happen a few times in the competition.
Mm,
One
mm,
song.
one song.
You know, because I guess it gives you so much points, and then the other one just give you a few, and then you're still above, you know, but something happens. But I don't intend to, I mean, I don't rely on those kind of things. I have to come with my two best guns, you know, and yeah, so we're working on track 2, most definitely. And I'll be putting my all into it. Now that I have a little voice, you know. The thing about the flu, boy, you know, it will leave you, but the last thing that recovers is your voice.
Voice, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Especially at this time of year, you got to take special care of yourself. Yeah, I think
And it's
as a
raining
singer,
all the time and stuff.
As
you
a
know?
singer, you got to
Yeah.
take special care of yourself.
But Daryl, you all have this weekend. You have 10 tomorrow, and you all in by
Yeah, we have a
Dr.
packed
You
weekend,
all by
you know.
Dr. Fountain tomorrow night, Saturday night.
We have a packed weekend, yes. Friday night we had Paradise Pier,
Right.
our usual Friday standard show.
Right.
And then Saturday we're going to Rosalie Bay.
Yeah, Dr.
Right?
Fountain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Rosalie River.
Rosalie River, yeah.
Three rivers.
Right. The Twin Rivers.
Twin
right.
Rivers.
And then on Sunday we'll be back in town at the Vineyard on Cork Street. So Matt's Camp has a pack.
Sunday
weekend.
evening? Or?
Sunday, yeah, it's a kind of late afternoon show, you know, to the evening time.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So
Master.
we will encourage the people out in, you know, Riviera Siricla, Plain Dailies, in that area, in
The East,
particular,
yeah, the East, yeah, on
Southeast,
Saturday night, yeah.
the bros to come, you know, Calago to come out, man.
So you'll be
to
there.
see-
You'll be there.
Of course, you're right in my backyard, man.
Yeah, but
Just down
and
the
then,
road.
And then on the 22nd, we come back to the area. We're going to be
by Pablo. Yes.
we have a caller
Actually,
probably for Daryl. Let's say yes. Good evening. Good evening.
Sibo,
Yes.
while Bob is there,
Mhm.
okay, I want Bob to do something for me, please.
Well,
You know,
I tell
every
him
time-
he's right there.
I'm going to tell him. You know, every time you have a show, people saying that one should be there, that one shouldn't be, that one shouldn't be there. So what I want to say, I said that I think last year, Bob, you and the association, when you choose your judges, could you please give us a little CZ on them, please?
Okay.
So you name the judges, it's not a secret. And you say they have pam, 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 palam, pam, pam. That's what they have.
All right.
So when people say that one should be there, you could say, okay. When you look at the judges, you say, that one have that one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a good idea, yeah.
Right, it's not anything to sing on them, but you all need to do that. We need a CZ on the judges.
I've seen it done in international shows, the pageantry and all those things. You know, they introduce the judges officially. So that is something, we'll take that up for sure.
Well, that's constructive
Yeah, because
advice.
people need to know who
And the
who
judges.
is making the decisions for them.
Yes. Another caller. Good evening. Oh, we lost that caller.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
said Miss Baptist was one of your judges.
Oh, yes,
And
yes,
you need to recognize that. more.
Okay, let's take this caller. Good evening.
Good evening again, gentlemen.
Mhm.
Well, Bob know I love him and I love his song.
Yes, sister.
But something I wanted to say, just leave my mind. But I was and with the rotten fruit will fall down, you know.
How long is it going to take to fall?
It will fall. I just look at the rotten fruit sitting down in church yesterday. And the rotten fruit on the way of falling down. And the preacher, they must stop that. Giving them rotten
Ladies
fruit
and
communion
gentlemen.
when they know they are rotten fruit. Bye-bye.
Blue.
Yeah. Last week I made an observation. I would like to make two other observations because I know you're executive member. The observation last week was put into a road match competition.
Okay.
I'm hearing some good quality calypsos, verses with a lot of lines, choruses with a lot of lines. But I'm saying that we need to simplify the verses and the choruses and a lot of tempo.
Okay.
So even the bouillon bands can learn those songs very well and go on the road and play.
Well,
those
here I
songs.
am this year with one.
Okay.
You know, with a BPM of 145. I think we're right up the alley you're talking about right
Yes,
now.
yes, we need
have
to look at
speed,
that.
We have vibe. We have strong sing-along as well.
Yeah.
You know, the song has everything in there. When you listen to the whole
Which
song,
one? Which one?
This one we're launching tonight, the Rotten Fruits.
Yeah, Rotten Fruits is very good, but the verses are very long. The chorus is very long.
Well, let me tell you something.
The bouillon bands will not learn that song. They will not play that song.
Well, let me tell you, Calypso is going to be Calypso, you know.
Yes, it's gonna be
And
Calypso.
we have to write in there what affects the people.
Yes,
And it
I
has to
agree.
be done in such a way. It has to be structured. So it can't be done in two lines.
I fully agree with that.
And I
We understood the
actually,
situations.
I think it is unfair for us to want to compare Bouillon and Calypso. You understand? Even if Bouillon itself is an offshoot of Calypso technically, because Bouillon came from Cadence came from Calypso. So this thing of making Bouillon Calypso, comparing the two of them, I think is kind of unfair.
Nobody's doing that.
For a different purpose.
Nobody's doing that.
But Calypso is the voice of the people.
Yes.
Listen to that song.
Oh, hold on, let's take a caller for you. What? Yeah. We have a caller? Good evening.
Yeah, but Mr. Lander, you come back with that thing again. I tell you, Bouillon is not the kind of thing to, because the Bouillon band's playing one note in music, boss. And Calypso is 20 chords. Mr. Lander.
Yeah, that is why you need to simplify the songs. Listen to me. Listen to me. The calypsos that we have now are good quality calypsos, no doubt about that. But if you're going to get calypsos to play on the road for people to sing to them, the choruses and the verses
but what happened
has
last
to be
year?
more precise.
What happened last year? Bring money, Mr. Abdullah. Bring money.
Hold on. The caller saying something. All right, thank you, caller. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Let's hear the song again, Dr. Fountain. Let's hear the song again. Okay, thank you, caller. All right, thank you, caller.
No, the second.
Name them, shame them, and if they continue to create more trouble, leave them rotten fruits alone. They will fall down on their own.
Simba, something there.
Watch them. Fall. Wait for them to fall.
You know, I missed a lot of that on Saturday. You were really off Saturday because now I'm listening to this song. It's like a completely different song.
Slipping.
You wanted to say something? Go ahead, Lovey.
Yes. My brother, Bob, how are you?
My brother, how you doing?
Good to see you. I heard Lander. My problem with Lander is make Lander understand is this, that Calypso has changed a lot. First of all, you had what people played for, Lapo Cabrit and steel band. With the advent of electronic music, you have scientific roles. Everything has changed, Lander. Everything has changed right now. All right, you have to understand that. So nothing about playing songs. There are certain songs, for example, Marry the Girl Charlie. If you look at the song, people sang that song. Even last year, Mr. Abdul, people sang it last year. So you have to understand that. There's nothing up. There's no Lapo.
Who played it, Blue Black? Let's leave that alone. We'll discuss that.
Because we have our first guest, so we have to wind up on that.
The second point I want to make is, given the quality of female calypsonians, it's time to have a calypso queen competition.
But they used to have that.
Yes.
They used to have that.
The quality of girls. We have already in the semi-finals. We had around 7 girls.
Okay.
And out of 8, and out of that, I think 4 of them made it through.
Yes. So there is a need for you to consider that.
But Dr. Fontaine, with all due respect, I just want to tell you this quickly. Let's take the call.
Bonsoir. Good night.
Good evening, gentlemen. I just want to use the key word, evolution. I didn't hear it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
Good evening.
King Bob.
Respect
to you tomorrow. Rotten fruit. It's time for them to fall. Them rotten fruit are going to put Dr. Thompson Fontaine and them in jail. Dr. Thompson Fontaine, Lennox Linton, and elderly Mr. James. Edison James.
Yeah.
What that man can do, Mr. James can do nothing.
No, Mr. James still have all his senses. I wouldn't say that. He still is. Yes. No.
Yes,
but she mean he can't hurt nobody.
What that man can do to those people.
No, when you might think so, but they know his capacity, so they're scared of him. That's why. They know.
Fall.
Yeah. Another call again. Thank you. Good evening.
Sibo,
yes.
I know when they used to have show for the women alone, Calypsonians, right? Bob can attest to that. But the show wasn't factual, and people didn't used to go to the show.
Yeah,
when I say people, they didn't used to get a crowd. So I don't know if it will change now.
The quality of calypsos that you have now, the females singing, I think if it's marketed properly, you can get a crowd. The last point I want to make to you, Bob, you said something with Thompson, he fell asleep. He didn't hear certain things in your song. I think 32 songs to be sung in one night are too many.
Well, I think the quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals.
Sometimes
You're asking
elimination
judges,
is 60, you know.
you're asking judges to concentrate for 6 hours with a 10-minute break. That's unreasonable. Why don't you use 2 nights? I see in St. Lucia it happened. You use Friday night, you use 17 people. You might even include additional Calypsonian. And the other night you do 17 people. I understand 20 is reasonable.
But if you do have 2 nights, how are you going to tell the people pay the same price?
No. You do all that. You look at the price. You look at the price accordingly.
Well, it's whether economical to do that, Ronald.
Right.
Economical to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us wind up on that.
But it's not thing that Dr. Thompson Fountain. I slowed down the song for the competition because I knew it was new. Nobody heard it before. I want them to hear the lyrics.
Well, they're hearing it now.
Yeah, that toned down the.
I think tomorrow morning you should go on Matt tomorrow morning as well. Let him play here tomorrow morning. Speak to Matt 9 o'clock. Let people hear it again because we have on like this.
Oh yes.
So Darren,
so
thank
guys,
you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
God bless.
Yeah, all the best in the semi-final. I think that's next week, not this weekend, right?
Yes.
Right. So
next weekend.
go to Matt tomorrow morning. Let him play it again. I'm sure it's on the record now, so I guess he will hear it. So we'll take our first break now, and then when we come back, we'll have Maggie in the studio.
Relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, space basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
All you where in Roseau, Kimashadis, you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford, all chicken parts available that you can afford. Fresh breast, and you know breast is best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Risapul, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks, it's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always fresh.
Yes, we're back and we're going to be talking some football. And I think we had the recently concluded, the futsal tournament in Massac last week, Sunday. I think there's a big crowd there. And we have with us one of the organizers, Mr. Maggie, good night, bros.
Yeah, man, good night. Give thanks for the
Happy New Year
opportunity.
to you, man. First time we seen you for the year.
Yes, I. Same to you guys.
Yeah, whole crew there, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, Maggie, tell us about this futsal thing now, man. Tell us about it, man.
Yeah, well, it was an amazing experience. It's something that we wanted to do for a while, but it has some differences that with the ordinary football. There are some the rules because it's not as physical. Because remember, it's not on soil with grass. It's on concrete. On hard turf. So you don't want to get too much. Man get hurt falling on concrete. So there's some rules that makes it less physical. It's more of a like salsa, futsal, like a performance. I mean, you have to defend, you have to, So we wanted to do it, but we have to. It's something you have to, bring out to the players and everybody and the official, everybody to get it properly so that you can play it. So finally, we decided, we're gonna give it a shot, and it's part of our initiative to raise funds for our program, the Next Level Sports.
What is your we? Who is the we? People want to know who is the we. You said we.
Yeah, well, DA Sports, DA Next Level Sports, recruitment and management.
So who are the other people
That's
involved in that?
Mr. Jerry Williams,
Okay.
and myself, and you have brother Wang, Coach Wang, Albert Tit, and we have Solkai Emmanuel, who is our technical director of the football section. We also have basketball, So we assist them the youths and them young players, aspiring youths, athletes to get opportunities, scholarship and stuff like that, through the sports. But what has been the issue is that it's been tough to get support, financial support. Sponsorship is very, difficult to get. So we have to find ways, innovative ways to keep it going, because you need funds to make it happen, So we decided we're doing that tournament there, so we can get some funds, so we can, to be able to sustain the program.
So did you get sponsorship for that?
No, actually, we didn't get financial sponsorship, but we got sponsorship from Joma Caribbean, which Mr. Jerry Williams has that link with them from Antigua. So they sponsor the uniforms, some uniforms for the officials, and and a few teams. And then we also got Perky's Pizza, who gave the crew, the volunteers pizzas every night, for every game, and also give some vouchers.
But I heard there was prize money. A team got prize money. So where did it come from?
The prize money came from the registration money. So we was charging $500 per team, and we had 16 teams. So from there, that's where we got the prize money. And the money to run the whole tournament, rent the venue, officials, all these things. A lot of things, buy balls, buy equipment, all that has to come from that money. So
was it a small goal competition? And how many was it? Was it a five-a-side?
Yes, it was five-a-side, but it's not actually small goal. It's the handball goal. So the goal is about 6 feet tall and a little wider than your span. It's a good size goal.
So there was a goalkeeper.
Yes, goalkeeper
and
4
for
players
out.
Yes, yes, and it was really fantastic. And then it was geared at the companies, the businesses, like
So each business sponsored the team. The team had the name carried the name of
right. So you had
of sponsor of
you had Republic
businesses.
Bank, you had Republic Bank, you had Springfield Trading, you had Mitsubishi Motors. Astafans had 2 teams there, Astafans and Mitsubishi Motors. You had Detroit Tires Inc. You had Petrocarib, And so we also had some small businesses like Boy Baba Shop, we had Oreos Wholesale and Retail, we had One Port, you know what I mean? We had a lot of small businesses, a nice mix, small businesses as well as some big businesses. And so we had All Saints as well as part of it, and the police force. So it was a really very nice experience. The players, when we started it, at first, it started a little rough because all of us were getting into, the rules and stuff like that. This was an introduction. But then Mr. Ibrahim Brohim, who 20-something years ago, the FA had sent him on a course for futsal. But apparently they never implemented anything. But he had gone to do that course, and he was in the arena and was looking at it. And he came to us at a half of a game and said, hey, he been to that course and he can assist us because the game we are allowing the game to play is not that physical and then he came and made the adjustment, and wow, it just changed everything. The players were able to really express themselves and put on a good display, and really want to give thanks to Mr. Brohim for his intervention and assistance, and also Solkai Emmanuel, who also knows about it too and came and said the same thing, and then so it was a nice vibes, and it was good to see all the workers, the companies, the workmates playing together. It bring good camaraderie, you know, and it was a good experience. The players, people I see like in Republic Bank, I saw a young guy at a teller. I never thought he could play football, and I saw him there, and I said, "Wow, he can play football, now, boy." You check it. So it was a good experience and a good exposure for some of the people at the businesses.
How were you able to attract all those businesses to participate in the competition?
Yeah, well, we went through the employees that can play football. A lot of the businesses have employees that we target, you know, like Jolly's Pharmacy had some guys that play for Mao, some guys play for, you know, so we tell them we want to do this, but it's a company, so talk to your HR and your manager, tell them about it, you give them the information, and that's how it is. They triggered it. It was the players who triggered, you know, put pressure on the companies. Yes, we they want to participate, and Jolly's and Fortune Hotel was the first to register. The chef, who is a foreigner, I'm not sure where he's from, but he's who that, you know, was pull his team together for Fortune. And so it was very wonderful to see the companies and them come together to make it happen.
And in terms of the crowd participation, how was that? Did you get
definitely
people coming out? And
definitely we got a really nice crowd, especially towards the semi-finals, quarterfinals, you know. But all through on a Wednesday, you got the 250 people inside there. You know what I mean? So it was a nice vibe because football, Dominicans like football and futsal football, you know, football on the court. You know, it's a nice vibe. So
it's called futsal.
Futsal, yes.
Futsal.
Yeah, so it's a blend of, like Mr. Broom explained, football. You also have ice hockey because some of the rules, you know,
Mhm.
you know, it's like ice hockey, and also a little basketball, like the clock management and stuff like that when the ball go outside. You know what I mean? So it was a nice experience, and right now, next step we feel like you should take it to the schools, you know.
Lobi, you want to ask something?
What is the feedback you have gotten so far?
No, continue.
From the sponsors.
Well, first from the players, the feedback I got is really from the players. Like teams lost, and they was never like angry, and it was like wow, like we never get no bad feedback because they enjoy the experience, you know. And right now, you know, some businesses they want to come on board, like Mr. Brohim Signman says, like, hey, when's the next one? He wants to come on board because it was really an amazing, you know, well put together. The team wasn't so large, you know, just myself and Jerry who started it off, you know, and then we get, you know, a couple, like we had 4 officials and, you know, the clock manager. It was a very small team for such a venture. It really was a little bit overwhelming, but we were able to manage it, you know what I mean? And give thanks to All Saints as well for being volunteering to do the medical, you know, sports medicine. Really, every night the presence was just taking care of the players. That was really important, and really appreciate that.
That's great.
What plans and programs do you have for futsal in Dominica?
Yeah, well, the next step is, like I said, we want to take it to the schools. You know, everybody wants a piece of it, and we really want to share it because it's something that actually is part of the FIFA. FIFA futsal comes under the FIFA umbrella. You know, so it helps to develop the football because to be in that space there is a fast-moving game, so it helps you, you know, how to do the basic fundamentals of the game. So we want to take it to the youth level, also the females, and also on a regional level as well. We have a link with St. Lucia, that's where I experienced the futsal in 2018. And so we have a guy over there, and also Guadeloupe and Martinique. If we want to have a regional tournament, you know.
But before that, do you intend to have a yearly competition?
Yes, definitely. We want actually twice a year. We want to have one which in January and the next one in September. So our next one's going to be in September. And the teams and them are checking like, but that's too far. But we're saying, yeah, we need time to, to plan properly and make sure, you know, that one there was, but this time we want to really take our time and plan it, give all enough time to get all yourself, you know.
And you're exploring the opportunities for a team or national team to play abroad. You're thinking in terms of picking a national team?
Yeah, we're going to do that. We are already in that process. And also on the 13th, next week, Thursday, will be the prize giving ceremony. And on that night, we're going to have an all-star game. There was a voting system set up for you to get all the best players from the whole tournament. So we're going to select 2 teams from when we check the voting. We're going to do, today was the last day. So we're going to take the top 24 players to make 2 teams to play each other on the prize giving ceremony night. And then from there also, you know, the coaches and them will be looking at selecting. The selectors will be looking at selecting the top, team to prepare a team for regional competition.
So Maggie, which team won the competition?
That was Detroit Tires. They was in the finals with Petrocarib. Petrocarib was really tearing up the competition. There was teams like Boys Barbershop from St. Joseph was undefeated until they reached to the semis when they get the first loss. So the finals was really electric. With Petrocarib and Detroit. You had some veteran players like Kimon John Baptiste from Cochrane and Lester Langley playing for Detroit. You had guys like the guy just resigned from international football, that is from Skull. Skull was playing with Donan on Petrocarib. So a nice mix, nice play there for national players. It was a nice energy. Odell
Laville.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was like Odell Laville got the MVP of the finals. So it was a really, really, really nice tournament, and everybody looking forward to, more.
So you're going to do it again?
For sure, definitely.
Okay. All
Looking
right.
forward to more.
Right?
Congratulations.
Okay, Maggie, thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man,
and
give thanks for the opportunity.
Nice to you. We miss you. So
Yes,
always feel free to always come
For
and
sure,
tell
for
me you have
sure.
something and let us know what's happening.
Yeah, we really wanted to come and promote it before.
Yeah, you should have done
Yeah,
that.
but
Yeah.
it was,
Next time.
it was
For
like
the
I
next
said, it's so
competition.
small.
It was a quick thing.
We are doing so
Yeah.
much things at the
All
same
right.
time. Check it, but really.
No problem. No. Right.
big
So,
thanks.
take care, man. Thanks, man. Thanks. So we're taking a break now, and I think when we come back, we'll have the coach who is in Dominica, I think the consultant or whatever, will join us when we come back after the break. Okay, thanks.
Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
All you where in Roseau, Kimashadis, you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford, all chicken parts available that you can afford fresh breast. And you know breast is best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Risapul, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks. It's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always fresh.
Yeah. Good night, and we are back, and we're still talking football, and we are joined in studio by the PRO of the Dominica Football Association, Eddie Lawrence, and with him is Mr. Kurt Hurd, who is the FIFA-appointed talent coach for Dominica. He's going to be here for 2 years, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, it's fantastic to be here on the island. Recently got here 3 weeks ago, so yeah, when I heard there was an opportunity to come to the island, I jumped at the chance. I can't wait. I'm really excited to be here.
And you are Scottish for the listeners out there, because we have a lot of listeners all over the place out of Dominica, so you're Scottish, right?
I am indeed Scottish. Yes,
Well, the accent, you can pick it up.
I'm trying to be a little bit softer, but yes, I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. So how long have you been here, Mr. Hurd?
I've been here for 3 weeks now.
3 weeks. Obviously, you have started work already.
Yes.
Right. So tell us, what are you going to be doing in Dominica for the next 2 years?
So the program itself is around creating a games program, a best v best, and a high performance environment for the players here on the island, from ages 12 through to the senior. So for me, at the minute, how that looks here on the island is very much we're traveling around. We're doing some talent ID festivals to give every talent a chance, making sure that no talent goes unnoticed. And from there, we're bringing them back, and we're looking to place them into these high performance centres, which we've situated across the island. So we have one in Stock Farm, we have one in Portsmouth, and we have one in Castlebruce. So dependent on where the kids' schools are located, we're bringing these players in, and they're going to work with us in a high performance centre for the next 2 years. And alongside that, I'm supporting the national teams the best I can, as well as trying to help the guys with the Premier Leagues, all that sort of stuff.
So you're the only person who actually selecting the player. Obviously, a talent ID, you have to be looking at players. How do you go about it? You would have 2 teams playing, and then you would monitor and look at what you're saying?
So how we're doing this at the minute is we're bringing the players in, and I'll be honest, I've been completely taken aback with the success of the program. I never expected to see the numbers. We've had 60, 70, 100 plus at Stock Farm players attend. When you have that volume of player, it's extremely difficult. So what we're doing is, and I'm blessed to have the staff that we have here, and to put a lot of emphasis on those guys, and a lot of workload on them. But we're bringing them in, and we're working technically with the player just to see how they move. Do they move like a football player? Do they move like, are they somebody we can work with in a sporting setting? Do they have the right attitude? Do they respect the coaches? Do they respect their teammates? Things we can work with. Of course, if they've got a good touch, if they can pass, if they can release, all these things, brilliant. From there, we're then selecting 30 of the best from that selection to come back for a second trial, where we'll put them into more game-related situations. So we want to see now how they interact with the football more so. How do they take players on? Do they understand the game, positions, etc., etc.? And then from there, we whittle that down to roughly 15 to 20 players that are going to form our high-performance centre.
How many other coaches do you have working with you?
At the minute, each high-performance centre will have 4 to 5 members of staff. So as we're going around doing the talent idea,
45?
4 to 5.
Oh, 4 to 5. Okay, I thought it was 45.
I'm not so blessed. 4 to 5. We have 4 to 5. So that normally looks like sort of 3 coaches and 1 goalkeeper coach. Of course, there's medics as well on top of that, and managers or administrative staff. So we're well staffed. This has been a well backed program. This is fantastic. In terms of going around, Coach Maggie was just in here previously, and the other ones, 7, 8, that have travelled the last 3 or 4 talent ID festivals with us, just to give us that consistency as well. It's the same people that are, and it's the same eye that are watching. And, so yeah, these guys, the coaches have been so receptive. But yeah, 4 to 5 staff members in terms of coaches per high performance centre.
Yeah, are you doing any special program for your technical coaching staff?
For the staff?
The technical people who will be involved in coaching in football. Not the administrative, the technical person.
Yeah. So in terms of the coach education.
Yes.
No, so that's something that we're looking at. Obviously, now being on the island for 3 weeks, these are conversations that I've held with the staff themselves, just to make sure that they're engaged and they want this, which they do. It's now a case of sitting down with the technical director, Mr. Badwell, and seeing, right, where can we fit this into an already packed schedule, with national team training, with the high performance centers training on different evenings as well, so that I can be across all the trainings. But I think we've managed to nail down an evening where the staff are going to come to us, and we're going to have a night on the field, just purely technical.
Yeah, Coach.
Hold on, Dr. Funky.
Yes.
Lobby, go ahead. You wanted to make a point.
Yes, the first question I want to
No,
ask
here
the
you
coach, Sebastian.
Yeah, go ahead.
What deficiencies he has observed in our senior players based on position?
Okay.
Did you get the question?
Yeah. So deficiencies within play. For me here, deficiencies are when I watch his decision making. And decision making is a tough one, because decision making comes with more contact time, and it comes with more game time, and it comes with a more structured program. It's a really difficult thing to coach decision making. For me, that's the main deficiency that I see. Even now, being here 3 weeks, we do these practices, and I had a session tonight, and I told the players where we were to where we are now within 3 weeks. Fantastic. But we go to a game at the end, and everything just goes. And they just, because again, it's just that exposure to games and a games program and being put under pressure. They're just not used to that. So it's something we need to work on. But for me, to answer the question, for me, the main deficiency I see, certainly this decision making. We don't lack technical football players here. We don't lack the physical side, but we do lack that experience and that decision making.
Well, decision making is related to your mental capacity. Are you doing anything in enhancing the mental capacity of players?
Yeah, so we're looking at, again, part of this program is not just going to focus on technical ability in football. We're actually going to look at creating an all-round human being where there will be homework practices that will be focused on, be that analysis, be that small things such as cooking a meal, washing up. These little things are going to go away, and again, not just look at the football side of things. Longer term, down the road, where we'd love to be is having a specialist in there that can help us with that side in terms of psychology, because now sports psychology and how sport is, it's a very dog-eat-dog. It's hard to be vulnerable in this environment, as a coach, as a person, as anything. So for us, it's important that longer term that we look at that as a means of improving also.
Yeah, Coach, I was just curious. You've been there for 3 weeks. You've had a chance to observe and quite a number of our players in Dominica. And what are your initial impressions of the levels at which you play in Dominica? Just your initial impressions.
Yeah, look, like I say, it was hard for me. I didn't come in here with any preconceived ideas. I understood I was coming to a small island, and without any prior knowledge, you can have a look at previous youth team results or senior team results to get an idea of where we are. Like I say, I've been taken back by the passion and love for the game. I did not expect that at all. The kids are playing anywhere they can with anything they can. It's amazing to see. We still need to work on the fundamentals though. The problem is that we start too late. So for me, when they come in at 10, 12 years old, they should already have 4 or 5 years of ball mastery and technique and touches on the ball. This should be done at 4 or 5 years old, and we really hammer that in. We're not getting to do that until they're 10 or 12, and it's a problem. That's probably the main deficiency.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, you come from Scotland. You just mentioned that they come in. Now, you have, like in Scotland, you have Rangers, you have Celtic. At what age these teams bring in footballers to their academy? At what age?
Honestly, we have private academies where the kids will come in at 2 years old.
2 years old. Wow.
But this is just to teach the fundamentals of kicking a ball. That's all it is. It's just to teach fundamentals of kicking a ball. But when we talk academies, these kids are going into senior football teams at 7 or 8 years old.
Oh yeah,
they're going in at 7 or 8 years old.
So when they get there, what about the school and that? So they attached to the club when they get there at 7 years old. How is that? Explain to us here.
No, so sometimes if you're lucky enough, the club will attach itself to a school so it can monitor and it can actually work during the day with the players also. But for the most part, the work's done in the evenings. So the kids will finish school at 3 p.m. and it may be a session, But again, those sessions will be 3-4 times a week. And that will be typically 6 till 7:30 or 7:30 till 9 p.m. In the evenings. But you're getting that, part of this, what I want to achieve here is 10 hours of contact time for training and 2 hours of games. So 12 hours contact time per week. That's what my remit from FIFA is to do here. And I look at what we're doing back in the UK, what I see in Europe, what I see across the world, and they're achieving that. So I know it's achievable what we're trying to do here, for sure.
Lobby, I see your hands up. Go ahead. Go ahead, we're not hearing you.
Yes, Lobby, you need to unmute.
Sorry. Is the coach going to have regular sessions with all the club coaches in Dominica?
Yes. So again, my remit is the High Performance Center. Okay, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to work for the High Performance Center to set that up and to run that and to make it functional. However, I don't feel I would be doing justice to the island and football here as a whole and the DFA if I didn't take an interest in football from the foundation level. So I need to get myself into a nice routine and a nice pattern. I need to focus on setting up the high performance centres. But for sure, once this is done, I've already spoke to some coaches around that I want to go and observe sessions and I want to go and do the coach education with these guys, whether that's online or I invite them to the field. But I feel we need to do that for sure.
We have a caller. Let's take a caller for you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Tibo and Lunch and Lobby.
Yeah, good evening. What's up, man?
Yeah. But I was listening to the program, right, Tibo? And then sometimes when I hear these things, when I listen to the coach right now, and then they keep saying I was ahead of my time. Because these are the things I mention all the time. You cannot bring a player at 15 and 16 to just basic fundamental. And the other coaches, 7, 8 years, and that is what I've always been saying. By the time a child is 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, should be basically sound. So you cannot have that problem of now trying to, and as he says, one of the problems is realize national team is the continuance, the continuation, because decision making. You cannot have a problem at the senior level of decision making. That means that the players, they were too late in the formative years of the game. Because in that 10 years, fundamentally sound, basically sound. When it comes to making decisions, you right up the street. You see, and that's the thing I keep saying, no. I'd rather hear it now. You see, and that is what happens to us more often than not. We wait for foreigners to come in and tell us what we already know and what we have been saying. But nobody listens to you, because who is you? Who is Lobby? Who is me? Who is this?
We listen to you. We listen to you telling in Spartans. We listen to you in Spartans. That's why you won the trophy.
But what I'm saying is, those are the basic fundamental things in any sport. You've got to be basically something like 10, 12 years. And it's refreshing to the coach making that kind of assessment. But when as I said, one of the major problems is decision making. And I mean, it's crazy. At the senior national level, you have that serious problem of decision making. That's something very wrong.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Okay. Yeah. Coach, I heard you mention about you're going to be setting up the high performance center.
Yes.
Are you going to have somebody understudy you so that when you depart Dominica, that somebody is going to be running that high performance center?
Yeah, well, firstly, hopefully there's no need for me to depart Dominica. It's only been 3 weeks, but I'm thoroughly enjoying myself on the island.
Yeah.
I hope I can extend. But no, so how the structure will look is each centre has its own head coach.
Okay.
Now I agree with you, and working with the DFA, I can't fault the DFA in this. We're working together to use a centralized curriculum, so everybody will be working from the same curriculum. No coach will be doing something different from another one. Now, so putting that together and putting that in place, I'll be overseeing that. It's then my job to make sure the head coaches are all working in unison. And like I say, hopefully there's no need for me to depart Dominica. It's not something I'm thinking about anyway, but there will be head coaches, and the DFA are to their credit, they are on top of that to make sure that we are working on a curriculum that everybody follows.
It's opportune at this point in time to have the national coach working with you. Lawrence, any update on the national coach?
That's you will hear shortly, Mr. Sibo, and also Mr. Landa. Actually, we are in the process of deciding what is going next with Coach Herd here. And I must say, from the time it started, we've seen a remarkable difference, not just in the players, but the overall development as to how DFA is doing things. Remember, I said earlier on, if those of you that could go back to the archives, we're talking about a brand, a product. That is what is being developed right now. And we want to big up the parents, big up Mr. Herd as well, and Mr. Badwill for really pushing free Saturdays, and the children. Oh my, it's phenomenal to see the amount of children that are here. Shortly, you will know about the coaching.
Have you identified somebody, the coach? Have you all identified somebody?
There are many. There are many.
Well, somebody else, you mean you have many candidates?
There are many. There are many.
So if the Mr. Herd going to be assisting you all in selecting the best person?
That I will not answer at the moment.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's go back to him.
That means yes.
Yeah. When you answered it, yeah.
Right. We have a few Dominicans who have gone abroad and excel. Right now, there's a Javid George making waves for Harborview in Jamaica. Okay, he's a very outstanding player. It's part of your plan and program to facilitate the exposure of Dominican players on the regional or international level.
Yeah, for sure. I think we have to be realistic, but we have to be ambitious as well. There's no point to work without setting our sights on something at the very top. And for me, it's to give the kids an opportunity to go, whether that's to America, Canada, scholarships, or whether that's straight to Europe to play football. But yeah, ultimately, that's what we want to do. We want them to go and play overseas. We want them to get exposure. I think as well, all it takes is one, and it inspires a generation. And if we can get that one, I like to think that we can inspire the next generation underneath that to really kick on.
Nobby, I see your hands up again here. Go ahead.
Yes. What is his name again, Sebastian?
Mr. Herd. Mr. Herd is right there.
He's hearing you, Mr. Herd.
You could just ask me.
Mr. Hearn. Yes, Mr. Hearn. What are Mr. Landa just spoke about an individual and what can be done.
His full name is Kurt Herd, right? Robbie, that's his full name. Kurt Herd. So go ahead.
Okay. I would like Mr. Kurt to inform our public that football today is very, very competitive, and clubs looking for the very best player. All right, and it's not automatic. When you get into a camp, you have to prove yourself. Yeah, thousands of players, young players, but they're looking for the very best, who is technically sound, mentally sound, and physically fit. I would like him to echo these words, to us, to understand. It's not a fait accompli.
He will answer that as well. Let's take this caller. He will answer. I'm sure he heard your question. Good night, caller.
Yeah, I'm feeling just one more thing, but it's just kind of well, it's hard number one, and on the other hand, there's some hope, because a program that we're talking about, a program that we're looking at results 10, 12 years down the road. Right, to get up there, and that is very. I don't want to be a prophet of doom and gloom, but that we'll be 20 years behind. We have to be carried on in football, because if we're looking at now in 2025 to get this sort of program, we're looking at 10, 12 years down the road. 10 years is 2057. Is that what I mean? 10, 20, 2057. So none of us might be able to see that kind of progress we're talking about. But again, I said there's still some hope, because something has to be done.
Yes.
if we have to get anywhere.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes. Right, you heard Mr. LeBlanc's question. I'm sure you heard what he asked you. You remember or you forgot?
No, of course so. Yeah, it's regards the player that we want to form and we want to create. The one thing we don't want to do is create robots. We don't. You know, I think when you see certain players now and everybody's got the same sort of profile and the same sort of skills and the same. We don't want to discourage the people that like to take the ball for a run and the dribble. You know, you see a lot of people that will discourage that because they enjoy the pass. You know, and we all grew up now with this Barcelona and Pep Guardiola and pass now. And now that's everybody's fashion. But we want to create different kinds of players. We don't want to create one kind of player. We want to create different kinds of players. But I agree completely. We want to create strong players. We want to create fast players. We want to create mentally strong players. We want to create players that when the chips are down and, you know, they go 1-0 down, you're confident they can bounce back and go and score a goal or two. You know, we want to create all-round players, but we certainly want to create different profiles of players also.
Mr. Heard, you've done that sort of thing wrong. I noticed you worked in Malaysia, and where else did you work for FIFA?
Kyrgyzstan, over in Asia.
That's it. Okay, in Asia. Okay. But in Scotland itself, did you do any kind of work like that? In Scotland, where you from?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So I started. I've been all over Australia, Sweden, but I was in Scotland, and yeah, we did this sort of thing, working in academies, and like I say, seeing the process and seeing how things are done at Scotland, so not quite the top level. But
were you a Rangers, a Celtic fan? Which one?
No, Dundee United.
Dundee United, okay.
Dundee United.
Not Rangers and Celtic.
No, not at all. So yeah, no, I've always, this has been my life since I was 17 years old. So I've dedicated it to football. I'm now 32. I've worked in football all my life. I've worked hard to get this position, and I think all my experience and all my years of working overseas, different cultures, different sporting cultures, social cultures, different people I've met, different parts of the world. I think all that really lends me well to being here to create something special.
But let me ask you, in places where they don't speak English properly, like if, for instance, you go to Spain, how you go about dealing with the players up there?
It's tough, to be fair. To my credit, I'm actually quite good with languages, so I tend to dive into that pretty fast. Although I did use obviously when I was in Kyrgyzstan, I had a translator, which is very difficult. So I'm very blessed here that I don't have that, and the players are able to communicate with me no problem.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, and coach, I was also, in terms of your role with the senior team. Is that across, or is that for male or female, or you just engage with the male teams?
With the senior,
yes, at the senior level.
So at the minute, I'm just supporting where and when I'm required. So I've been, obviously there isn't anybody senior in at the minute. I've been watching all the Premier League games. I've been watching all Division 1 games that I can for the women and the men's. I'm currently supporting the under-20 female team before they leave for Trinidad. The under-17s are currently in Mexico. But that aside, that's been my focus, that and the high-performance centres. Like I say, other than watching the Premier League, I haven't had a chance to support or even think about anything in terms of the senior game.
Let me ask you, when the national team will be traveling, will you be traveling with them? Whenever obviously they have World Cup matches this year, so will you be traveling with the national team?
I say I'm contracted to the DFA and I'm at their disposal.
Okay.
So it's, you know, my remit at the minute, like I say, is to work with the high performance centres. And if anything changes, it changes. But at the minute, there's no change.
Yes, coach. Earlier I asked about your initial impressions of what you've seen in terms of the talent pool before you, and so how are you feeling now in terms? Are you hopeful, excited? How will you describe your mindset as it refers to what can be done for Dominican football?
No, I'm incredibly excited because, like I say, I see the potential and I see the people that are working within the building at the DFA. these are fantastic people to work with. They're passionate about the game. They want change also. And when you've got people around you like that, life is easy. The passion for the game from the coaches, from the players, lends itself to success. You know, when people want to be there, when people want to help and want to engage, you can't fail. And I think as well, it's a blessing on my side is that this is me coming in fresh. There was nothing in place at the bottom, so really I'm starting from ground zero. You know, so for me the only way is up, and for everybody the only way is up. We can only make positive changes, and that's something I'm really looking forward to doing.
Yes, nice, Coach. Well, we're very happy. We're coming to the end of the discussion, and obviously we'll have you with us again. I hope you're gonna be here for 2 years, obviously. So the PRO will bring you every now and then, so we can be discussing. So we'll see what we will do probably next 3 months, so we can see the progress, whether progress has been made. So that's why we'll do every 3 months. If we can invite you back, so you can tell us what is happening with regards to what you're doing.
Yeah, we'd love to. We go to Marigot on Saturday for the last of our Talent ID festivals. After that, we're going to finalise the squads for both Portsmouth and for Castle Bruce. And we're looking to start by the end of February. We're looking to have all 3 high performance centres running.
Mm-hmm.
So to come back in 3 months and give you guys the updates on that would be a pleasure.
Oh yes, we surely will. We'll be keeping tabs on you, man. We'll be keeping tabs on you. Well, are you enjoying yourself in Dominica?
I love it.
So far?
I love it. I love life. I love the people.
Okay.
Everything's
well, no snow here, so like in Scotland, I'm sure it's cold, bitterly cold up there now.
Plenty of rain though.
Yeah. Yes, well.
Yes, Eddie, usually.
Going forward in this season, we'll be having implementing Let's Talk Football. So we pray you will dedicate.
Oh, you're going to have a program like that
with your help.
Okay.
Let's Talk Football, because again,
so
things
what?
are happening.
You have a special day. You're going to
a special day we're going to set for that to talk football.
Well, you could speak to Q95 and you could have that program on Q95.
We want it to be global, and we will consider the various opportunities, because many things happen within the ambits of the DFA and persons would not know. So going forward in this season, let's talk football. That's just it, football.
Okay, that's very good.
And another thing that is coming up, we've started, we have our e-paper being worked upon daily. So the new season, when it starts, there will be a fresh marketing policy, fresh perspective on football. People will not be saying, yes, they will see the football that we know, but they will not be just saying people kicking. There will be purpose in kicking. There will be purpose in coming to the games. More will be coming forward. But again, when we meet, let's talk football. You will know where we are going.
Abby, that's excellent. But quickly, where are we now in terms of the season? Or what should we expect?
Well, we are in our final stages. We've had a new competitions coordinator, the person of Mr. Carriott is putting things in order now. Gone are the days when the fixtures, for example, were sent weekly. He's working presently on a master fixture. So when we send that to the clubs, no one, Dr. Fountain, will say, I did not get it on time. So after the carnival, all clubs will receive the fixtures and timelines. If we say, for example, football will be held for the next 6 months, 6 months of good football, and then move on again, so as to give Mr. Hurd, the RTC centers, sufficient time to deal with their own programs. Presently, we've been having now a course, DLG license course going on. And again, we want to encourage persons to take hold of these situations and opportunities when given to them by the DFA. As the only FA, and I'm saying it on the record, that does it for free. Every other FA, you pay something. So when the DFA calls for persons, wherever you are, to do a license course, just come on board, because it helps you better what is to come. And with Mr. Hurd with us, I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, we'll go places.
Well, on that note, I just want to say thanks to you and Mr. Hurd. Thanks for joining us. As we say, in the next 3 months, we'll probably invite you again, so you let us know what progress you've been doing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking cricket. We'll take a break now. Thanks, friends. Thank you.
Yes.
All you,
Yes, thank you so much. I
So
appreciate it. Thank you.
You can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford. All chicken parts available that you can afford. Fresh breasts, and you know breast is best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love pull AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks, it's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always fresh.
Yes. Okay, we are back and we're going to be talking some cricket. There's a tournament. The Windward's team arrives in Dominica this Sunday. That's the men's team from St. Vincent because they play the combined campuses next week. But before that, there's a Windward Islands ladies tournament which starts in Dominica this Sunday. We have with us Sam Cannon, the coach of the national women's team. Good night, Sam.
Good night, all. Good night, Mr. Sebastian. Good night, panelists. Good night, listeners.
Right, Sam. The Windward Islands tournament is starts when? This Sunday?
Sunday the 9th, yes.
Right. Tell us, the Dominica team, are you ready? You're the coach. Are the girls ready?
For the first time in 12 years, I can say that we truly are ready. We're truly prepared. I think that we have a team now that can go for the championship and go for the title.
Let me ask you though, have the girls been playing competitive cricket? Did you all have trial game? How did it come about to select your team?
But basically, we have a small portion of girls. At the moment, we have 17 ladies that's playing the game. Mm-hmm. But over the years, what I've been doing, because I work at the academy, I invite the girls mostly on a Saturday and in the week. And we've done quite well. We've really done quite well. In terms of practice matches, the last 2 weekends we tried but failed because of the weather. But last weekend we actually got a game against the academy boys. Okay. And the girls done quite well. The fielding for me, I think the fielding is the best part of the game for me now.
Okay, that's good. Is Amir back? Amir Gilbert, she's back from the Under-19 World Cup?
Yeah, she's back. She was in training. She came to train on Wednesday. And she was there again today, and she'll be there tomorrow. These girls are always in training. And the younger ones, they're always in training, which I'm quite happy about.
So are the girls together already? Are you all in camp? Is the team together already? Are you all staying together?
What we have been doing since January, I come to Roseau twice a week on a Monday and a Wednesday. And basically, we do a lot of fielding and catching. Because I believe the women's game, if you're fielding well and you're catching well, you will restrict teams to good totals that you can actually chase, if that makes sense.
Let me ask you, are you all going to play 50 over games or 20 over games?
The competition is twofold. There's a 50 over initially, and then there's a T20 afterwards.
Right. So Dominica's first match is Sunday. Where and against whom?
Sunday, Benjamin Park, 9:30 against St. Vincent.
50 over first and 20 over up?
Yeah, the 50 over games are the first ones.
Right.
And then when the T20 comes, everything is going to be based at Benjamin Park. They'll use the one venue, so you have morning and afternoon games.
So you have 2 games every day?
Yes.
Right. Now, you know there's a game next week in Dominica as well.
Yes.
Before the game between Windwards and the CCC. Are there going to be games during that match, while that match is going on?
Yes, it's going to run concurrently. I think, to be honest, I don't think that we looked at it carefully enough, because a lot of the girls would like to go to watch the first class match. But then we also have a tournament that we have to participate in. So the tournament comes first. But there's a few rest days. There's a rest day on the Tuesday, and there's one on the Thursday. So we're trying to get to...
Well, the game starts on Wednesday next week. The game Windwards against CCC. So they'll only be able to see one game.
Yeah, they're not one day. It's only one day. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, my problem with that, there was enough time in January they wanted to play a tournament. I mean, it's foolishness to have this tournament going on to get every match. I'll say it openly, it is nonsense. To use a part word that I say sort, rubbish, cautioning, honestly.
But to be honest, the tournament was supposed to start actually on the 27th of January.
Right, and what happened? Why didn't it start?
I have no idea. But what I think it was, a lot of the girls were participating in the World Cup, the Youth World Cup. So I think...
A lot of which girls?
Well, we have one who was at the World Cup.
One girl, it's not, you say a lot of girls. One girl we had, Amir Gilbert. So don't say a lot of girls. The other island, how many Windward Islanders were in the World Cup?
There was one from St. Lucia, Ross. There's a girl, Ross. She was from St. Lucia.
That's 2 people.
And then you have also you had a girl, Chris, from St. Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
So there was 3 Windward Islanders in the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, I am just a soldier, and then the captains decide, or the major decide, or the colonel decide, or the general decide what happens. And as soldiers, we have to fall in line.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah, but soldiers influence actions, especially soldiers of your caliber. What difficulty would there be if we would have that competition after the first class game?
Well, I think there's a West Indies tournament coming up in February. Isn't that so, Sam?
I think that one's going to be in March or April. I'm not quite sure.
Right, so they had enough time, as you say, Ronald, to play that.
Yeah, after the game, after the 4-day game, we start the Windward Islands women competition. So you don't, in a small island like Dominica, you don't have 2 sets of games, cricket games, competing with each other.
Yes, that's a good point as well. And what normally happens, the games have to be streamed live as well, huh?
Yes, right, correct.
So you're going to have 3 venues being streamed. So I think that's going to be a little bit difficult, to be honest. And you're actually taking away from one aspect as opposed to the other one.
But not only that, Sam. Take, for instance, you are the coach of the team. I think you're going to be doing the ground fund in Portsmouth as well, right?
Yeah, but that is not a problem because I've done it over the years for the last maybe 7 years.
I know that, but it shouldn't be like that. I mean, you are the coach. You should be concentrating and coaching the team, and you have to be the part of the ground staff down there. And you know there are problems with groundsmen in Dominica. Most of them are going to be based in Windsor Park for the first class match. So that again is a problem, right?
Yes, but I am sure that we'll be able to manage it. I'm sure we'll be able to manage it. It's just all hands have to be on deck.
Well, your priority is the Dominica team, and as you said, we probably have the best team we've ever had, right?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Let's be honest. It's the first time we selected 14 girls, right? And a few reserves. And when I look at the 14, I am struggling to pick an 11. So, the girls are really first time. Normally we have 7 and then we fill in with others, if that makes sense.
All right. Okay. Well,
and then this time we really have a good core of girls coming on.
Right. Low Black, I see your hands up. You want to ask a question?
Yes, the first question I want to ask him. He spoke about he's confident in terms of fielding how comfortable are the girls batting?
Well, I didn't really want to say that, but that is our strong point, huh? I've done a lot of one-on-ones with the younger girls and some of the older ones. We have a good team, a really good team. We have batting all the way down, up to number 10. We have good batting. So, yeah, to be honest, that's the first time I'm so confident going into a tournament.
When do you think we'll have a local competition in Dominica?
The problem goes back. Last year after the tournament, when I came back from Grenada, I went on another radio show and I asked for us to do a recruitment drive to get more ladies playing. Because we have such a skeleton bunch. We have less than 20 girls playing the game. So selection is not so difficult, if that makes sense. But previously, I remember some years ago, we had a league when we had 4 teams in the league. And we had our own league. We went to Vegas and places like that. Last year, we played in the intermediate league before we went off to Grenada. I think stuff like that really helps, huh? Because it's game time. Game time really makes the girls more aware and less nervous about playing the game.
Other than the Windward Islands competition, have you other scheduled competitions to participate in?
No, that's the only one that we really have. It's Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada. Then after that, they'll pick the Windward's team to participate in the regional tournaments. And then from that, they get looked at by CWI.
Well, West Indies, as you know, they have to qualify for the World Cup soon. I mean, I think in May they're going to be waiting in somewhere to qualifying matches to qualify for the next World Cup. So the girls still have a chance. The West Indies team not doing very well. They did well against Bangladesh, but I mean, they're not strong enough. But so Sam, after listening to you, we expect that when the tournament will have been ended, Dominica will be right up there?
I am sure. I will put my hat on that we'll have a left hand on the trophy.
Okay.
But Sam, I also wanted to ask in terms of even going beyond. I mean, do you see prospects within the current team, prospects for West?
Yes. Last year we had 4 girls on the Windward Islands senior team. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, we had 4 girls on the Windward Islands senior team, and this year I'm looking for even more. To be honest, because we have Pearl Etienne. Everybody knows Pearl. Pearl will always make it. We have Ernisha Fontaine, the wicket keeper, Abini Senjo, the leg spinner, bat, Amir Gilbert. You know, so we had those last year. So we're looking to always build and get more people on board to represent Dominica. Then in the under-19s, we had 5 players last year.
Who is the captain of the team, Sam?
Well, from previously it was Pearl Etienne. Pearl Etienne is our captain.
She's the captain. So has the captain been announced?
Well, to be honest, the team was selected some weeks ago, but I don't know if he has been released.
And then the team hasn't been released. You don't know the captain and you're the coach?
No, I know the captain. The captain is Pearl Etienne.
Yeah, but has that been ratified by the Cricket Association?
Mr. Sebastian, please try not to put me in a difficult position. you know, as they say in Dominica, I don't have fence. I don't have fence. Okay? I don't have fence. So.
I'm sorry. I'm very... Let me go ahead.
No, I said, I understand what he said, you know. His hands are tied.
Yeah, no, but you heard what he just said? Sam just said the team selected weeks ago. We've never heard it announced. We do not know who's the captain. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, Sam, I wish you all the best. I mean, I hope people can go and watch the games. Dominica playing Sunday. When again? Tell listeners out there so that people can come and watch.
Yes, we play Sunday, Monday, Benjamin's Park, 9:30. That's the 50-over affair. Our first game is against St. Vincent. The second one is against Grenada. Then we'll go over to Geneva Park on Wednesday. We play against St. Lucia. Then everything comes back to Benjamin Park.
For the T20s.
For the T20s, that's correct.
And culminates what date? What day is the end of the tournament?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
That's when you have the third players playoff in the morning and the finals in the afternoon.
So the teams arrive when tomorrow?
I think Saturday.
And they start on Sunday. Okay?
Yes.
Well, son, what we'll do after the tournament is ended, we will call you back and then we'll hold you to what you just said, that you expect the left hand holding the trophy, right?
That's
so all
correct.
the best, man. All the
Yes,
best, right?
Thank you very much,
Okay,
Mr.
all the best,
Sebastian.
all the best.
No
Your
problem,
finalists and the listeners do come out and support, because we
Yeah.
need the support.
No
I mean, some go into the stadium, some come to Benjamin Park, some go to Geneva.
Well, we don't have many people. That's what I'm saying. It's a joke to have all these matches going on simultaneously.
True. Young on the population.
We don't have not only the viewing public, the
viewing
fan
population.
watching all this cricket anyway. But
Yes,
people make their mistakes and they must correct it. Thanks, Sam. Thank you very much.
All right, then, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
You
you.
know, guys, it's really the joke. I mean, really bad planning.
Yes, it is. But let's encourage the public to go out. As, you know,
Yes,
those
of
in the
course.
north can do Portsmouth. Those around
South
in the south can
and
do
then nationwide,
Sunday and then
because
so
some
all the games are at 9:30 on Sunday.
Yes, but before the game next week, there should be about 6 Dominicans on the team, eh? The Windwards is in the men's team.
Well,
yeah.
talking about the men's team, they've been hammered by
Well, the last score was what? It's free. What? Free?
No, it's free.
50,
88
4
for 5.
So Mohammed got out.
Mohammed scored his century, but
So that's his second century.
He's out. But
Cooper made 100.
The keeper got a golden duck.
That is
That's silver.
Well, this silver now, I don't think he's good because
He's low on confidence.
Imlach is making runs again for Guyana. In fact, let's give the other scores, Dr. Fountain. Barbados made 581 for 9 declared against the young boys, the academy team. Craig Braff with 212. Jonathan Drake 117 for the academy team. Johan Lane took 4 for 85. Joshua Bishop 4 for 147. Jamaica made. We have a caller. Let's take the caller. We'll give the scores after. Good evening.
We lost.
Okay, we lost the caller. Jamaica 320. John Campbell 126. And you know Campbell, I was a selector when we first picked Campbell. He's coming back after the suspension. And he's trying to break the door. He made 79 the last game. And Brad Barnes made 63. Cornwall took 3 for 71. Shama Joseph took that's hold on now. Jamaica, sorry. Yeah, 320. The Leewards at the close of play today were 301 for 7. Hamilton is 77 not out. That's Jama Hamilton. And Minley has 2 for 36. The CCC made 375. Corbin made 102. And Shama Joseph, 3 for 115 for Guyana. And Purmall, 3 for 87. Guyana, the last score, if an over to go, were 156 for 6. Imlach, 55 not out. In fact, last week, we're going to take this caller. You and Landa were talking about why we have that weak team CCC, have Guyana on the run, eh? So we have to be careful next week. Let's take the caller. Good evening.
No.
Yes?
What did Jerry tell you in the song?
Duvadaye, right? Yeah, that's what he said.
But you know this thing already. I said Duvadaye.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yes, and the Windwards made 165 all out. Kevin Hodge from that made 165. Nobody else made double figures. Nobody else. And Cara took 4 for 30, and Dr. Fountain just gave you the latest score.
The 6 wicket just fell, so
Right.
88 for 6.
Well, the Windwards will be facing a deficit of over 200.
Yeah, they
will struggle. And really, you watch the cricket yesterday. I watched the cricket. And honestly, the captain, Ambrose, the first game last week, I saw him the last ball before lunch on the first day, made what you would call local language a good bat and gets up. Yesterday again, you're batting with Kevin. And he comes down the track and makes a wild slog and gets up. Even Gian Benjamin, a ball about 3 feet outside the horrible stroke. Descartes comes down the track, gets caught on the ground, probably thinking he was playing T20. Right. The opener himself, Solos, and all these guys giving away their wickets. And it is just sad. And well, Ali Kafanas is not playing. I do not know why. Because all the fellas, all the team that came from Pakistan, Only 2 people are not playing, Afanaz and Kima Roach. Kima Roach is injured. Everybody else is playing for the country.
Greaves, Sales, and Moti.
Well, Moti, they gave him permission again. Who Sales is playing? Sales playing this game, you know.
For whom he's playing.
For Trinidad, he got Pascal out yesterday.
That's right.
In fact,
What
Moti...
about Greaves?
Greaves, I didn't know. He's not playing. I don't know if he's injured. Moti has been given permission to go play T20 somewhere.
That's where you come back to the management of players.
Yeah.
How is Cricket West Indies managing the players? And especially we have a group of players now who've been successful in Pakistan. How do you work with them? How do we get them to balance playing in regional cricket, playing for West Indies, and playing international cricket? We saw other teams like Guyana, Imlach and Sinclair is playing for Guyana. For the Leeward Islands, Louis and Cathy is there, which is very good. Bradford and Warwican is there for Barbados. But for some strange reason, our very outstanding batsman, and we know what's batting, is very weak. For some strange reason, Afanaz is not playing.
But I don't know. Last year and the year before, Windward's played very well.
Became second both times.
The tournament. So what has happened this year?
Well, Springer is injured. That's a main part. And the all-rounder from Barbados, who is part of the win, is injured. Well, Afanaz, as you know, is not playing this game. What's his name? John got injured. We have a caller. Let's take the caller. So I really don't know what's happening in the Windward's team. Good evening.
Good evening, Sibo.
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah, listen to you all the time. How is Lobby? Everybody all right?
Yeah, man, Lobby there.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, there's some good news for West Indies. Sometime in June, July, we see Australia going to come down. Yes, and 5-1 one day. 5-20.
3 test matches and 5-20. Yeah, 3 test matches.
Yeah. We played great. One in Grenada, I think one in Sabina, and then one somewhere, I think. Barbados.
Yeah, Barbados, yeah.
So, the other thing is that the 5-20 are still going to play them. Dominica, what is the situation in the we like quite Canada.
Well, we have no lights here, so we cannot play. We have no lights here. And most T20s are played in the evening, so hence the reason why we cannot get a game here. And the authorities don't look like they're concerned about that. That's to them, they're more concerned about bringing lawyers, paying them a whole set of money to go to court, and they don't even know what they're charging people for. Yeah, go ahead, caller.
No, Sibo. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. We're hearing you.
The other thing we have the situation we will discuss it next time. The new initiative by West Indies board in terms of organizing data and so on. That's next time. And also we need to look at this franchising, because when you look at it, you see fellas playing one day, like Russell played within 17 hours, just playing for 2 teams. Right?
Yeah, he played in Bangladesh, in Dubai. The next year he was in Bangladesh. You're correct. Yeah.
And when you look at the itinerary, because the itinerary is so close. The only good thing is that West Indies, the only thing I have a little problem, I have a nice good thing is this Caribbean cricket, and also the England side, the Big Bash at the same time, the PSL at the same time, the Abu at the same time. I think we need to look at it. We need to look at it next time. I don't have much time, but I think. And tell us something from one team to the other. and apart from that, the Rossi one that play a game, and next thing you get 0-4.
Yeah, that's true. Yokaku with the Elijah. C'est ça qu'a fait. One minute, Lobby. The caller still here. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you, man.
Okay, thank you.
Quickly.
The West Indies series, the West Indies schedule. Yeah, I think we should inform our listeners.
Well, yeah, for people who don't know.
We're not involved in that.
When Dr. Just telling people in
you can go. One thing I want to get the cricket connoisseur to talk about is the Cricket West Indies talent scouting system. What do you think of that?
Which is just a nonsense. To pick people, you have to watch them. And even that, there's nothing wrong with data, right? But you have to see people. And it's what West Indies were selected, watch people, and you pick the best team. So all this nonsense, that's a whole set of nonsense, honestly. We have a caller, police this really running. You have to sit down and watch people play. And because, you can look at data, and
well, I think I thought they was going beyond looking at data.
Yeah, well,
really looking at
but they have no select. But this is the first time in the history of West Indies cricket we never had selectors. We do not have selected. Let's take the caller. Good night.
Good night, Steve-O.
Yes, ma'am.
Always listening to Sports Rap.
Thank you.
I enjoy you all. Continue doing the good work. And Happy New Year to you all.
Thank you, lady.
you.
Yeah.
Even though I don't call, but I always listen to your program.
So I hope your problem is solved too. The problem you're having, I hope it is solved.
I cannot answer you on.
Well, I know that. We don't want you. Don't answer me on here, but I just hope the authorities assist you.
Sibo.
He's okay. Yeah, I mean, he's there. Or she's there. Yeah, Leah Lobby. Yeah, yes, Lobby.
Yes.
Lobby, you're saying something.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Sebastian. I'm looking at the windward. Spin in Jamaica. Spin. Come again yesterday. Spin a leg, spin again. I mean, what I looking at some of the guys, looking like the game looked foreign to them. It's ridiculous. I mean, it looked very shameful the way our guys got out yesterday. The wicket, there wasn't any jumping in the wicket. The wicket was playing very well. I mean, I'm totally disappointed.
And also our choice of this decision making in the toss,
Yeah.
Right,
against Jamaica.
They should have batted.
They should have batted. Yeah, I don't understand it because look at how Trinidad has just settled on them now. And
But going back to
second loss.
the schedule for West Indies,
Yes.
again, Dominica is not on the schedule. And people must take note of these things, Dominicans like their cricket, and they are being denied.
And
cricket.
Australia is coming here, Pakistan is coming,
all over the place.
Oh man!
And last year they played everywhere in the Caribbean. St. Kitts, St. Vincent, and nothing in Dominica. We come in another year.
Another whole year of
nothing
no
in
cricket in Dominica.
And then we're not hearing anything when the lights will be put.
So from that 15 million that they paid the guy to prosecute us, couldn't they have used 2 million?
And that would have paid for the light. Of course, that would have paid.
I don't get it.
No, but people are accepting this crap. It's time these people decide is enough. Enough is enough. We can't be suffering like that every time, everywhere else. They can watch the cricket. People in Dominica have to be watching it, watching on YouTube or wherever else.
But
Anyway,
I have a quick question. The game next week, we've not heard much in terms of promotion.
It's been on Q95.
But is it a paid?
It's $10 to get in the Windsor Park.
Because I noticed that in that game there, it is free of charge.
Well, because nobody's going there.
Nobody's going, but it's kind of strange. You open it up free, nobody's coming, but where people are coming, you're charging.
Yeah, they're charging $10 in Dominica. Well, I don't know. Well, I wish them all the best. It's carnival time. Anyway, guys, we have to come to the end of our program. It was nice. We'll be back next week. We'll finish off with Daryl Bob's song. He just released a new song. So we'll probably give listeners, and Our Lady in Newtown, we'll probably give her a verse of joy. Give it to her first, and then we will have Bob. And then on behalf of Dr. Fountain, Lobby, Ronalanda, good night. We'll first play Joy for our regular listener in Wallhouse, and then we'll give you Daryl Bob. Good night, everybody.
Be careful how you treat other people. Some people believe that they're greater than you and I wonder why. And they getting on as though they will never die. Only you and I wonder why. Nothing here will last forever. This should serve as a reminder. All who playing holy and mighty.
Fall, 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 wait for them to fall. Fall, 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 watch them fall. I know man must refrain from passing judgment. True, but by their fruits you can know them. Some people just live to create trouble. Grandmama was telling me in parable, They wake up every day, they don't think to pray, making life harder for everybody. But it's a bitter truth that many rotten fruits are respected people.
Get together and feel alright. Hear the children